All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're tackling a huge dilemma that every single business faces. Do you go all in, spending big to chase that explosive growth? Or do you play it a little safer to make sure you're actually making a profit? We're going to see how this whole thing plays out in the super high stakes world of digital ads. And boom, that's the challenge right there. That's a direct quote from Alex Johnson, the CMO at a company called Mighty Rest, talking to his marketing lead, Ming Chen. You can just feel the pressure, right? We're talking millions of dollars on the line here. So here's the deal. Mighty Rest is a mattress company that caters specifically to plus-size customers. They just had this absolutely massive Black Friday. Record sales, everyone's high-fiving. But that success came with a pretty hefty price tag. And now Ming has to walk into her skeptical CMO's office and defend her very expensive paid search budget. Okay, so to really get what Ming is up against, we first have to understand the fundamental difference between the two giants of digital advertising, paid social and paid search. The easiest way to think about it is this. Paid social, the ads you see on Instagram or TikTok, is all about creating demand. You're basically interrupting someone's mindless scrolling to show them something cool they didn't even know they wanted. But paid search, that's totally different. That's about capturing demand that's already out there. Someone is literally typing into Google, "I want this," and your job is to be the one who says, "Hey, I've got it right here." And how do you capture that demand? Well, it all boils down to one simple, powerful thing: keywords. This right here, this is the absolute magic of search marketing. Keywords aren't just words, they're like little windows directly into someone's brain. What a person types into that search bar tells you everything: what they need, the problems they're trying to solve, and this is the big one, how ready they are to pull out their credit card. Now, obviously, not all searches are the same, right? So marketers have gotten smart about this. They group keywords into different types, basically mapping out a user's journey from, I'm kind of curious, all the way to, I need to buy this thing right now. So it pretty much breaks down like this. You've got branded keywords, like someone searching for Mighty Rest mattress by name. They already know who you are. Then there are generic keywords, like best mattress. This person is just starting to look around. Competitor keywords, that means they're sizing you up against the other guys. And then you have these fascinating long-tail keywords, these super specific, detailed searches that signal a very, very clear need. And here's where it gets really interesting, because this is all a massive trade-off. See those broad, generic keywords? They get a ton of search volume, but the person searching usually isn't ready to buy. That makes them super expensive to bid on and really hard to convert. But long-tail keywords, they're the exact opposite. Way less search volume, but when someone searches for that specific phrase, they are often ready to buy today. And listen, this isn't just some marketing textbook theory. For Ming, back at Mighty Rest, this trade-off has real, and I mean really expensive consequences. So let's actually look at the numbers. So let's ask the million-dollar question, or in this case, the 25% budget increase question. For a super broad keyword like best mattress, how much do you think it actually cost Mighty Rest to acquire a single customer? Just take a guess. What number pops into your head? Are you ready for this? $10,354. I'll say it again, $10,000. To sell a mattress that costs around $2,000. Yeah, you don't have to be an accountant to figure out that math is, well, it's a complete disaster. So when you pull back and look at the whole picture, you see what's really going on. That customer acquisition cost, or CAC, as you'll hear it called, it's all over the place. You've got that insane $10,000 cost for the broad keywords on one extreme, and on the other, when they bid on their own brand name, it only costs them $59 to get a customer. The difference is just staggering. And this chart just drives the point home, doesn't it? The difference is just, it's massive. You can totally see why the CMO is getting nervous. I mean, spending over 10 grand to sell one mattress? He literally said it felt like they were lighting cash on fire. And looking at this, you can't really blame him. Okay, so Ming has all this data. What now? Well, this is where the strategy comes in. She boils it all down to 3 very different paths she can propose to her boss. First up, she has what we can call the precision play. This one is all about surgical efficiency, focusing only on people who have a super clear, undeniable intent to buy. So the game plan here is simple. Put all the money into those killer branded and long-tail keywords. The upside? a crazy low customer acquisition cost. We're talking pure profit. But the downside is huge. There are just not enough people searching for those specific terms to hit the company's big, ambitious sales targets. All right, strategy number 2 is a bit more complex. Let's call it the full funnel blend. The big idea here is to try and connect the dots between creating demand and then capturing it later. The plan would be to use social media to get the Mighty Rest name out there, to build that initial buzz, and then use search ads to be there when those people are finally ready to buy. The great thing is, you reach a lot more people this way. The problem? Your budget gets stretched really thin really fast, and it becomes a nightmare trying to figure out what's actually working. Did the sale come from the social ad or the search ad? It's tough to know for sure. And that brings us to the third and final option. This one is, well, it's ruthless. It's called the CFO's discipline. And it is all about one thing, the bottom line. No excuses, no exceptions. The rule here is brutally simple. If any marketing channel has a customer acquisition cost over their $400 profit target, it's gone. Cut. The good news? You guarantee profit on every single sale. The bad news? You basically slam the door on any real growth potential. You're shutting off all those bigger, top-of-funnel bets that could lead to your next big breakthrough. So when you look at all three options, Ming's entire dilemma really comes down to a single core challenge. How do you interpret what people are telling you with their keywords? How do you read those signals of intent? And what this really is, when you strip it all away, is the timeless marketing trade-off. It's that constant battle, that push and pull between the huge scale you need for massive growth and the pinpoint efficiency you need to actually stay profitable. And that leaves us with the ultimate question, and it's not just for Ming at Mighty Rest, it's for anyone running a business. When you are forced to choose, what do you do? Do you chase that rocket ship growth, even if it means burning through cash? Or do you guarantee your profit on every sale, even if that means you might never become a household name? The answer to that question, well, it defines everything.